What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, Kamen Rider Black Sun just dropped a third trailer, and we get more details regarding the show. So, if you guys want to see the trailer, I'm gonna link you guys down in the description so you can check it out yourself. And well, let's get on with a breakdown of the third trailer for Kamen Rider Black Sun. So, it turns out that Kamen Rider Black Sun is going to have two timelines, the 1972 timeline and the 2022 timeline. Although we are going to focus on the 2022 timeline because, well, it's the present day. So we do see more background stories, like uh, how Nobuhiko and Kotaro eventually, from being best friends, how they fell apart, and how Shadow Moon and Black Sun came, to battle each other. So while I do see that this is kind of similar to Kamen Rider Kiba because of the 1986 and the 2008 timelines, the 1972 um, timeline for Kamen Rider Black Sun is gonna be more of a flashback from what we're seeing. And what is interesting about this is that in the 1972 timeline, there is actually a younger Kotaro Minami, which is actually going to be played by a different actor. I forgot his name, but there is actually a younger Kotaro Minami. And we actually are going to see why uh, Nobuhiko looks much younger than Kotaro in the 2022 timeline. So apparently, Tomoya Nakamura, who plays Nobuhiko Akizuki, will appear in both the 1972 and 2022 timeline. So basically, Nobuhiko didn't age a bit in 50 years. So yes, so you already noticed that by saying 1972, this is going to already diverge from the original Kamen Rider Black TV series, which is set in the year 1988, the same year that Kamen Rider Black was shown on Japanese television. So another thing that we can assume is that because Kamen Rider Black Sun was already announced as one of the projects for the Kamen Rider 50th anniversary celebration, so we do have like a span of 50 years, or at least there's a 50-year difference, considering, the original Kamen Rider aired in 1971, so as somewhat a homage to the original series and having, at least the idea of 50 years being used in Kamen Rider Black Sun. So probably Toei has decided to move the timeline back a few years, about 16 years, to 1972. So we have a 50-year span. So again, from what I'm seeing, so this is more of a flashback sequence, or at least this is gonna cover some backstory, especially focusing on our main characters, Kotaro and Nobuhiko. And another interesting thing that I've seen in the trailer is that compared to the original 1988 Kamen Rider Black, Kotaro and Nobuhiko actually became kaijin when they were children. So, in the original 1980 TV series, it actually happened on their 18th birthday. So, during their 18th birthday, Gorgom attacked and kidnapped both Kotaro and Nobuhiko, and that's where they were turned into Black Sun and Shadow Moon, respectively. So again, seeing the plot differ a bit is interesting. And we also see more of the Gorgum priests. Uh, what's interesting about the Gorgum priests is that they are shown in human forms, whereas in the original TV series, they already look like monsters, although they do have like further kaijin forms. So, I do assume that the Black Sun versions of the Gorgon priests, they probably would also have kaijin forms on their own. And another thing that I like about this new trailer for Black Sun is that another popular character, an enemy actually. So Birugenya also appears in the series, although the difference is Birugenya here also has a human form. I do remember that Birugenya had a human form in Kamen Rider Black, but he rarely uses it. But just for disguise. But we do see more of Birogenya's human form in Black Sun, and in his Kaijin form, he has black armor apparently, and he has no makeup. So there's no makeup for Birogenya, but he does have black armor instead of like a purplish one. So that's an interesting change for Birogenya. So I'm happy to see that they're utilizing like major enemies in Kamen Rider Black, and applying to Black Sun as well, and I really like it. So uh, again, we also see more of the revolution between the humans and the kaijin. So definitely see more of like the anti-kaijin humans and kaijin who you know appear as if they were the ones that are oppressed, I would say. So this is definitely an amazing turnaround, but we can say that this could also be used as a plot by Gorgum to further their own agenda, while uh, Nobuhiko is seen promoting kaijin rights, or he's fighting for kaijin rights. He could be taken advantage of by Gorgum, and actually, Gorgum's plan to become the more dominant race, instead of humans, could also be a potential plot point. So again, so actually going back to the 1972 timeline, so uh, we can see that we can assume actually that Kotaro and Nobuhiko had already fought each other during that time, and Kotaro most likely had won, but after the fight, so Nobuhiko went missing, and probably was recovering from his injuries. So he probably was in a deep sleep, which could probably explain why he aged much slower, and even after 50 years, he still looks the same, or more or less as he was back in 1972. And we do see Nobuhiko with very long hair and like very long beard and mustache, like he was some kind of old hermit. Again, he hasn't shaved or cut his hair in 50 years, so yeah, that's what happens. But again, this explains why Nobuhiko looks much younger than Kotaro. But even then, because they're not humans anymore, or at least in a more regular sense. So Kotaro still looks much younger than how he's supposed to be. So assuming that both Kotaro and Nobuhiko are in their mid to late 20s when they became or kaijin, or actually they were like I've said, they already turned kaijin when they were children, but because of becoming kaijin, so their aging has slowed down significantly. And in the case of Nobuhiko, so he was probably in a very deep sleep, which further slowed his aging process. So again, he looks much younger than Kotaro. Now, I do like the action in this film, or this next series in general. So I'm really excited to watch it. And what Toei and Amazon actually are going to do is that they are going to release all 10 episodes of Kamen Rider Black Sun at the same time. So, everything's there. You can just go ahead, watch it from start to finish without having to wait, let's say like every week. And with a runtime of about 40 minutes, so yeah, you can have at least 400 hours of watch time. So I guess Kamen Rider Black Sun is probably good for a binge watch if you're interested in it. And if this is gonna be successful, like, or if it can have at least the same success as Kamen Rider Amazon's, you know, I think that a film, like an actual movie, could come out of this, because uh, if we look at the main conflict in general, and this is probably this is what's most likely going to happen in Kamen Rider Black Sun, is Kotaro is actively trying to destroy the Sentry King, or rather the Creation King in this case. And Nobuhiko, while he's not saying it, he could probably be fighting to become the next Creation King. So, uh, if this is going to go similarly to how the original Kamen Rider Black series went, so we can see Kotaro winning against Nobuhiko, and then in the movie, so he is going to fight against Gorgon itself, and most likely the Creation King, much like how it went in the original series. Or if Nobuhiko could still be persuaded to side with Kotaro, and they fight the Creation King together. So that is also a possible scenario if we are going to diverge a bit. So, and those are the two possible scenarios that I see if we are going to have a film adaptation, or a theatrical release, or a theatrical sequel to Black Sun. So yeah, I'm so excited to see Kamen Rider Black Sun. What you guys think? Leave your comments down below. So, again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the trailer, link is down in the description. So, again, thanks so much, for watching this video. And as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.